Okay, hello again. This is yet another video, and I want to, like always, add a warning. I am practicing my English, so I will do a lot of mistakes. So I'm sorry. You can mute me if you can. I'll do the same thing like the previous times. And now I'm going to talk more about first the page which is running at the moment on the screen, and later if I will have more time I will add like extra talkings and I don't know, just random thoughts. Also I have prepared a short story. I had a dream and I did an analysis of that dream, and during that analysis I got a weird inspiration from my muse. So it's interesting because I can feel like my that dying writer trying to resurrect. I don't know, and I'm so happy about it. I can't describe it. Still, from zero to hero, I'm just learning this language and I want to write a poetry. This is how I'm excited about this. I don't know. I don't know. Just, I'm so glad I'm doing this. And I don't know, my heart just burning with happiness because I like to write so much, but it's so weird. I never thought that I will talk about it. Never in my life. Okay. But I'm going to learn this language. I have my books and I'm on B2 level now, I think so. So I just need practice more, and maybe if you see some mistakes who repeats a lot, you can point it out so I can fix that in the future. And inability to learn faster, but I guess this is how I work, like slow and steady. And like I never had this need to learn it better. I don't know why. I thought maybe I will never need to talk and just, but now I have this urge to express more things, because maybe only through art I cannot say a lot of things, and I need to add more through my explanations. I don't know. So I need to, like, I don't know how to say, pastiprinimas, reinforcement with my English skills to explain stuff, but maybe this could indicate that maybe I'm doing a poor job with my art, because it should be more understandable. I don't know how to explain it more clear, because it seems like you did an art and we still have a lot of questions about it. It's somehow wrong. No, I don't know. Poorly delivered message. Yeah, but I hope this is not the case. But if that is the case, I need to level up my skills on the, I don't know, on my visuals. So we still have where we can improve. So, and yeah, I love constructive criticism. So if you have some, please let me know, because I want to adapt my, I don't know, art. I don't know how to call it what I'm doing, but like silly images to be more relatable, and I want that everyone could relate more, because yeah, it's sometimes it could look like out of space. There's no context and like what the fuck is that? But yeah. Also, again, I have a huge list about this page. I don't know. Sometimes I think I can write a book from the one image, and so so be prepared. So maybe we will not have a time for the dream. So maybe I will do a separate video about it, because it's not related to this comic. It's just a random, I don't know, cosmic thoughts. Anyway, let's start with this page, and I will try to explain it. And also, I don't have a recording of the second page, so I will try explain another page, but just one aspect which is related to this one. So, Nico is gone now, and he gave a task for Will to find him, so that's what we are going to do now. And I was inspired by one YouTube channel for this page. If you know the internet historian, he did a episode about the caves, and I was so terrified, and I thought, oh my god, this idea like perfect for the whole Tartarus concept, and I thought maybe I need to integrate this. Also, I can add a link in the description to this video if you want to check it. It's really good. Okay, because this is a shadow work, I needed to create for Will a challenge, a task to go through fear. And so maybe I thought tunnels is like a universal fear for everyone, and it could symbolize like this way through fear. So it's like perfect. Because I don't want to draw monsters, because usually when you need to fight a monster, you do it mindlessly. Like this task should be more conscious. So you surviving this survive element, but not through fight, but through a slow going through the fear state, but in more mindful way and pace. So that's I wanted to use tunnels for the challenge. Also, during the quick fights, you also are governed by like flight or fight mode. So that's why I wanted to eliminate the fight factor in this. This is also the reason, because I don't know, all of the media still uses fights. I don't know why. It's weird. I don't know that it's usable to steam out all the energy, but it's like so momentary. I want to add a different perspective for the challenge. It's we can look from a different angle and absorb everything from a different point of view, because I think you now surviving fear, and during the fight you also surviving fear, but you have like a different help. When you like have a fight, you act a bit more instinctively like an animal, and if you want to go through the same state but like in more conscious way, you should like be more like a water, trying to adapt yourself through it. And maybe this is the only way you can maybe find another solution to solve it. Like you should add more patience and kindness to the situation, and don't let like all the hormones to take you down. So also, I don't want to like say a bad word. I don't know, just talk shit about people who love fights and like fighting, and it's like a art form in a lot of cases. I'm talking about like a different fight system when you need to like kill another person or something to like overpower it, achieve something. I don't know, this kind of primal aspect. And I want to point out that Will is not a chicken. I don't know. I can see him as a very bright and a strong person, but he's not like a fighter, but he have a different way to win the fight and find a solution. So as we can see, Will doing a great job. He is like fearless in the situation, and he are governed more by curiosity. like those mind settings, letting him to pass everything and go through like scary things. He going with kindness even. He is not trying to fight everyone. So I don't know, maybe he is fearless because he is a doctor. I don't know, to me doctors, like, I still don't understand how they can rip person apart and do the magic with the knife and like I don't know how, just fearlessness. Like will say doctor, maybe that's why he don't have a strong emotions attached to the situations which should scream fear. I don't know how to explain it, but and he is so like also rational, but that rationality also can hold a space for the curiosity and kindness. So, oh my god, sorry. He is brave, but also he have a healthy sense of protectiveness maybe, and he know how to balance your capacity to like do the task or how to fight something. So that's why I want to say like it's not a fearless, but he also knows when you can avoid the conflict. Also, the whole cave imagery should like reopen a wounds like from the caveman times, and when we all acted like animals. But in this case, you need to rewrite this feeling of fear in different ways. So we coming here with the calmness and receptivity. I don't know how to say, but like you take everything what you get there. So that's why maybe to me, like to be a doctor, it's like he having this a doctor mindset here. He is also going without the fear through a complicated situations with the sharp mind and still can hold a space for the curiosity and kindness. But in this case, when you operate a person, you just have a so logical mind, but here we can add a additional set of feelings could guide more, because we dealing with a, I don't know, maybe a live situation, because this whole cage, it's like a live creature, and Will knows that because this is a projection, dense projection, and that's how we can go through density, not to fight it, but try to way to go through it. And what he is doing here is like a mapping all the, he is making a map and trying to understand this, I don't know, material. So because this material is like a part of Nico, denseness is like emotional denseness. When you have like a harder feelings, you can feel more dense, and here we can feel a maximum denseness. So like fear. Okay, I also mentioned it about the density. So this all black ground represents like denseness. Also, we can see a lot of dead mythical creatures buried and forgotten into the void of darkness. So it's also a place where you can, it's like a shadow basically, where you buried alive a lot of aspects, maybe, and dreams. Also, this ground and tunnels, like this black mass, can represent Nico's beingness, and Will gets an opportunity to know more about Nico's insights, and through this projection, collecting information which will be needed later, and he is trying to collect the data. Cave system is like Nico's beingness, but it's like more corrupted with trauma beingness. Will like a, I don't know, like a doctor trying to understand the disease. I don't know, but also like treat it like alive consciousness, maybe, like a part of Nuko, and just befriend a bit, because also this like a density, the dense layers, it can represent like we have earth and we have like, I don't know, layers, and those layers can represent a repressed emotions, like we repressing everything and trying to dense everything. It's like more like we slicing an emotional body. So, and also about the cave, like cave also represents like our primal fears, I think, and we now we have a access to know the very beginning of the fear, where it was born. It's like in the, I don't know how to call that time, prehistorical times, when we lived in the caves. So their fear was a very useful tool to survive. But now it's how I call it. It's now like a, oh my god, how to say rudimentinė tauga, but I will Google it, like a body part when you don't need it anymore. It's like a I don't know, like sometimes humans have a tails, something like that. So it's adios to this part, but we also need to say goodbye to some emotions also. So we need to change it. That body part, when you lost it through evolution, I found it called a rudimentary part. I don't know, rudimentary. So that's how we call it. And I wanted to use this analogy for the some emotions which now act like those parts, and we need to transmute them. The worms, I wanted to add like more natural creatures for this part, like not a true monsters, but like more demonized simple things which like don't have a intention to hurt someone, but they naturally for some reason are called, I don't know, ugly and bad. So I wanted to add those things here, like a natural part for this meat, not meat material, like natural fauna. And I wanted also to show how Will is like a good natured, like he is a good person, and how loving he is. He like even feeding those worms with the leaves from that rose. Also, those worms and maggots represents a stuck evolution. Like we have a heavy symbolism connected with the butterflies, like a last stage of the evolution. And here we have like stuck creatures in the middle. I wanted that it could symbolize like unresolved situations, maybe stopped evolution, stopped development, unresolved feelings, stuck dreams, stuckness in the movement where you should go, like you can take another step which is like encoded in you, in your, I don't know, beingness, DNA, but you're still stuck in the middle. So that's why we have like worms and maggots. To me, demons is like a forms which at some part lost their capacity to change, to evolve and descend, so they stuck. That lost capacity to change. That's, I think, how demon is born, because they don't know what to do next and how to move, so they trying to search and while this process they eat and consume everything around and just trying to survive. So those tunnels also made by them, just they searching everywhere. And later in another page I drew a huge black apple in the heart shape, and I want to show like those worms eating that apple and making those tunnels because they still want to, I don't know, individuate themselves, but they can't. So the apple, I wanted to connect this place with the rooting apple, with was infested with the worms. Apple have a lot of meanings, but in this case, I wanted to connect with Venus and love because we have apple, and I don't know. For me, apple it represents love, and I don't know sexuality maybe, but I know it has a lot of other meanings, but it's how I see it. Also, those tunnels can represent a wormholes, and yeah, it's like we have a shorter ways to manage this map. I don't know. So also, if you know how to follow those tunnels, you can. Oh my God, no! Yeah, it's like a wormholes in the black matter. So, and for me, the wormholes in your subconsciousness is the fastest way to get the answers, or the fastest way to go to the past, to the traumas where, I don't know, bad things happened, and you can active it through triggers. So that's why we have this fear-based challenge to trigger will, like to time travel to the wound. So that's how we will find a fastest way. So we have here trigger some stuckness, stopness, the stop groan, corruption, darkness, and just like love, also stuck, love stuck here. So why we need to do this travel into Nicole's heart. So it's also a trigger, stuckness and fear. So it worked like a triggers to do a, I don't know, jump through a wormhole. So we now exciting all the triggers with this task. With active triggers, we can do a jump and go where we need to go and find that place where we can solve this problem. But we need to learn how to listen and how to use those triggers. To me, triggers is a blessing sometimes when you know how to see it from another perspective. Like if I'm triggered, I trying to use that emotional power to travel into the situation. So also you in your mind can create a wormholes in your brains through neurons. So it's like also like neuroplasticity, but like it's also have this meaning. You can jump in your head through your imagination, and yeah, you can go to the past. Also here we have like undeveloped creatures like worms and maggots. Some species like it's like a final stage, but I want to show like it's not a final stage for them. That's why I added a lot of butterflies, and this should be the final stage for this kind of worms. And I think we have a pupil or leloke. Oh my god, I need to Google again. That part where magic happens, like you have a bug soup in a cocoon or something like that. So when we have a cocoon before the butterfly stage, I don't know. Also about that primal fear aspect about tunnels and going back to like into prehistorical times. Why we going so far away and so deep and go back in time? So I don't know, just like almost in the very beginning, because we have like Will and Nuka represents a like realm of Hades. Like he is a son of Hades, so I wanted to add like a, I don't know, a deeper layer, add a primal thing for fear. So that's why we go sometimes too deep. And he also, because I want to explain that Nuko's beingness, why he is so dark, because he have all those elements inside. It's not like he is a bad person, but could be connected with his nature, because he like a manifestation of this kind of realm. So that's why. And that's why we'll need to do a very precise operation, and his knife should be a very gentle knife, and he needs to do a research, and each tool he going to bring into the future, it should be checked. And and I think you can slice this apple pie, black apple with, I don't know, this dense material with some feelings, good feelings. This is your tool. You can have any tool here in other form. You need to cancel each other out. I will cut this. Okay. And also I forgot to add a aspect of love. How I forgot it. Oh my god. Yeah. That's also a very cute additional feeling to ease, I don't know, fear. Also, I hope you know that I am not only good vibes person. Like I understand the reality of both sides, and but I think we all should be a bit softer, and we all need to learn how to be in the softer form. I don't know, more fluid. I don't know how to explain it, but like it will help you, because I don't know, to be dark for too long, it's like it will be boring. But to be a lighter person, it have a grain of truth. You should learn how to be a bit lighter and embrace your sensitivities, and like be more soft. But I don't know, yeah, some weird to max positive people, because sometimes I can see a delusional in this form, so that's a bit scary. Because you know that it's not so easy. You need to do your work and job. You need to like go through a lot of shit at first, but going through that shit, you need to be softer, to learn how to be softer, but not like avoid it, but because it's going to reach you anyway. Okay, also some people saw my hidden Easter egg, a lady from the SpongeBob, the old lady who hated chocolate. And I don't know, when I saw her, I thought this is the most terrifying thing I ever saw in my life. I don't know, maybe because she reminds my mom sometimes, like in mental side, but also the whole design, it was like, oh my god. So, and she is an asshole, so I don't know, I just can't see how she can perfectly fit in the Tartarus, so she can be like, I don't know, if even a main boss in that realm. I can add a link to that SpongeBob episode too. I don't know, just we will see. So also, my imagination just added those things. I laughed so much because I thought about Will, and he have this glowing rose, and he looks like a deep sea fish who is trying to attract prey. And oh my god, he's a giant fish. Okay, and I swear this wasn't intended. Also, he became a bit like Jesus. I'm sorry, but like, and Jesus had a crown of thorns with all the spikes, and it will have this headband with the rose, and that rose also have a spikes, and like, oh my god. And also we have a ton of followers in that cage. So like, he's bringing a light, and we have a bunch of followers who want to be like, I don't know, helped. So like that. Oh my god. I did a comedy from a very serious topic. I don't know, raped Nicholas inside like the silly things, but I don't know. I think the humor is the key, and I don't know. I just love this silly imagery, and I hope it could help you to understand a bit my thinking, maybe in some cases, maybe how I draw and how I see objects and spaces in my art, maybe. Because sometimes I can feel like I'm the only one who can understand some things, and sometimes I can answer some questions in the comments, but like, I don't know, does people read them, those? Maybe in the future I'm going to clarify all my structures, but maybe sometimes I'm a bit afraid that maybe I'm just reinventing and adding more house to a like settled things, rules, how to do things, but I want to explore it more, and I want to add a lot of symbols and other weird stuff. And maybe, yeah, I will try to explain, but it's like maybe it's going to be a huge task for a reader to try to understand everything if he wants to know. But yeah. Also, more info about the dance nest. Like, more you dance, more you are materialized. Like, the matter is like it a product of the dance nest. So that's we even under the ground. Like, that's the level of the dance nest. Like, we have a huge pile of heavy stuff on us. Also, maybe I want to add more information about those wormholes. I don't know. Like, when you do a shadow work, like I mentioned in the previous video, when you going through the darkness or through a dark stuff, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you can use it like a portal, because in the darkness you can create stuff. It's a stuff of creation. So, but I want to say that you can use it not only go to like a bad experiences or like in bad memories. You can also go into, I don't know, even like not in the past in your life. You can sometimes you can imagine like you going into like the ancestors past. You can also imagine like alternative universe. You can challenge yourself where you want to go, how to want to see things. And also sometimes you can be buried in, no, you can find a very good things in the darkness. Example, I lost a lot of good traits in the past because of like I have a narcissist mom, and she shut down a lot of good things in me, and I needed to, now what I'm doing, I'm trying to dig those things from the dirt. And I found a lot of cool stuff, like even no, like I don't know how to explain, like courage, self trust, worth, self love. It also was hidden in the shadows, so you can use it also, or to create a new situation. Example, if you didn't had a some experiences in your life, you can create a new situation where you can insert it in yourself, like, and relive it, but like activate this experience in you. I had it a few times and it felt so weird, but also it was like a continuation of a dream. And I felt like I am like, when you have a wire, I don't know, cable, and that cable have a lot of little cables inside, like strings, and some of them working for you now and like transmitting some things. Some are deactivated or like was never turned on. And when you have a capacity to go in some places, in some situations, you can activate it in yourself. It's, I don't know how to explain, but yeah, I sometimes I can activate, like, I don't know, some weird feelings you never thought you have or exist. Like one when I was a pirate. It was so fun. I liked so much. Oh my god, it was such a good dream. Then I did an analysis, and I don't know, did I use another person's life, fragments of life? I could like relive it, or it was my past. I don't know, but just I saw how can I think how things work, like from another perspective, and how like that pirate that I was. It was so fearless pirate, I don't know, but just he always enjoyed all the situations and was happy and active. I am inactive all the time. I'm a bit stuck. I'm Taurus. My sign is Taurus. And I saw how active people think and act, why they do that, and what feeling like drive them to do it. And it was like, wow, yeah, now I get it. And now sometimes when I do something, like I'm trying to imagine that I have a little pirate inside me and I train him, like, to, if he wants to try to do something new and exciting. So I don't know, maybe I will cut this out. We will see how much time we have, but thanks for listening and bye bye. Also, leave a comment if you want. Maybe I will try to answer it in another video. Okay, bye.